Hey, it's Ben, and this is Drambo by Beepstreet. This is a quick add-on video for the Glacial Time Stretch texture sampler for Flexi, which is a patch that you can get on Patch Storage. I just did not think to try this, but you can sync the time stretch to your current BPMs, which is probably what most people would want to be able to do anyways. But it's just using the stretch modulator in beat sync mode, instead of free sync mode. So I'm just going to show a couple of the stock loops and then something else. I have the Conga Loop, 125 beats per minute, a 1-bar loop. So we'll slow it down. You're still going to have to zero in on the grain size for something that sounds decent to you, or something that you like at least. You can mess with the scaling. But that sounds decent for being slowed down a lot. So this is, it's a 1-bar loop. When you have it in beat sync mode, I would set it to 1 beat, rate 1, and then steps will be the number of beats in your loop. So it's 4 beats, 1 measure. If you have something like a 2-beat loop or a 2-measure loop, 165 beats per minute. Let's speed that up. So that's too fast because it's 2 measures. So, okay, now we can slow it down. And it's not going to retain all of the character of your sample, but it will stretch it to time. And then you could just resample this if you wanted to, or have it running as a loop. So the important thing to do your calculation is what's the length of your loop, 1 bar, 2 bar, however many beats it is. I think it's best to leave it on the beat, 1 beat sync, rate at 1 unless you want it to be something else, and then steps is the length of your loop. Now, if you're using something that isn't just a straight loop, so I'll just do Lenny Williams again. So this is, it's a 30 or 40 second little sample, and I would use little parts of this. Couple things that you can do. You can find your loop, I know I want to use this part, and you can just trim your sample. And that's going to be about right. So to trim your sample, you just go to edit. Well, you set your green and both of your loop points, and then you go to edit, trim, start end markers. So now this is an 8-bar, 2-bar 8-beat loop. Mess with my frequency a little bit. And I find for drums, higher grain size, smaller grain size, higher frequency seems to work better. For non-drum samples, there aren't a lot of transient sounds, lower settings seem to work better for whatever reason. So you can trim it if you want to, but then you could also load it back up. What you could do, because the reason if you set it, and we just set our loop points, it isn't going to react to that at all. So the speed is still going just as fast, and you can see that there. And we can hear it too. And then it just doesn't play. So it goes really fast and then stops playing. The reason why that is it's not paying attention to the loop points at all, and it's just 100% of the sample. It's going through when stretch is all the way up. So it's this full LFO amount being applied to 100% of the offset modulation. So we can set the start point offset. So it's going to start here. And now we can just do this by ear, sort of visually, by bringing down stretch. So we can hear it, it's almost there. Yeah, okay. So you can just sort of do it by ear if you want to, and then again. So not quite. So you'd have to tinker with it a little bit, but that's another way that you could do this if you don't want to actually like trim all of your loops. So anyways, important thing, let's change it to beat sync. Set the length that you want, like how many bars the loop is, and then it's all going to be going at your current BPM. If you have any questions, just ask, and then have fun.